All right, what's going on, everybody? I am gonna do some Rocket League mechanics talk here. I've been playing with a lot of my friends lately who've been talking a lot, asking me a lot of questions about certain mechanics. So we're gonna talk through some stuff. I have unlimited boost here. We're gonna talk through a few things that I always talk about for preaching. So let me just take a look at my settings real quick here. I like to have my camera. I have my field of view all the way open. I like my camera. I like my camera a bit more at this kind of like top-down angle. It makes it a little bit easier when you go for things off the wall to get a nice little like you have a much better shot at seeing the ball, and the camera angles are not gonna mess with you too much. In terms of my actual controls, I don't have too much different than the defaults. I did change my air roll to the left to L1, so it's easier for me to do this and not have to do the flip, for example. So if you just jump and you air roll, this is good to practice. I'm going to turn off ball cam here for a second. It's good to practice coming off of something like this and landing on all four wheels so you can continue going. Oftentimes you'll see something happen with like you'll land like this, and then you have to take the extra time to do that. Um, so that's one thing that you can do to better keep your momentum going. Where like let's say you did some crazy aerial thing. Oh look, I landed on my wheels. I can keep going and I can get back. Um, I went for an aerial shot off the wall here, something crazy. I'm gonna go into their net. I'm gonna land on my wheels. And I'm gonna immediately go to get back to my side. That's one thing you can do. L1's really nice for me. I didn't change the boost button. Boost is still circle for me, but I did have L1 set up so I could easily air roll and get back into my four wheels to keep my momentum going, so I don't risk losing any speed. Um, a nice segue to this point is to constantly keep moving. It's really important to not kill your momentum, so you can actually do things with like getting back to where you can actually get back to the like your side quickly after going for a pass. Like let's say I went like this, and I'm not gonna kill my momentum. I'm just gonna drive away. I'm just gonna keep rolling and get back to my side. This is particularly important with a prime example of like let's say the ball is underneath me like this and I'm waiting for it to hit the ground. I'm not gonna get any powerful touch on this ball here. I'm gonna like it's just gonna be a cluster here if I'm waiting for this ball to come down. Um, so it's really like sometimes what you'll see me do is if the ball goes up, you'll see me wait here and then just like okay, I'm getting out of here. I'll call my teammate in. I'll get out. I'll go get boost. I'll look to make the next touch from here. That's one thing I always preach a lot about is don't kill your momentum. Don't drive backwards. Don't do anything like this. This is you're never going to get a powerful hit on it. You're going to kill your momentum. You're not going to be able to get good clears. Momentum is everything for getting a good clear. So something to keep in mind there. So recapping so far, land on your wheels with air roll. Don't kill your momentum by driving backwards. Driving backwards only in situations where you have to, but you're going to get a lot of touches like that. It's better to just drive forward. That's two things that I wanted to touch on for sure. Something else that I talk a lot about is back post rotations. So when you are getting back, let's say you went over like this, you tried to make a pass to your teammate, the other team intercepted it, you didn't drive backwards like I just did, you instead went back for boost. So let's say the opposing team is coming out of their net and they're attacking on this side. I'm going to just nudge the ball forward. They're attacking on this side. You're rotating back. You should rotate to this position right here. Why? Why is this a good position? Well, if you see where I am right now, I've communicated to my teammate that I'm back post. This allows me to see the entirety of the net, right? I don't think I can move my mouse on the screen here. The ball won't stop rolling. I'm going to go push it back over into the corner over here. Um, so you can see the entirety of the net right here. You can see most of the field. You know based on what you can see here that if you don't see any opponent in this area in front of you, you know that they're behind you somewhere looking for a pass. But this is a great position to be in defensively because chances are you're going to have a teammate somewhere up in this area who's going to be looking for the next touch. And by you being back here, you are positioned to make a save. You can double jump up here. You can cover all corners of the net pretty easily, which is contrary to popular belief, because if you think about soccer and hockey, most of the time the goalie wants to be here. But if you see, this position is going to kind of put you in a little bit of a tough spot, because let's say your opponent shoots top right corner, well, you've got to use a lot of boost and a lot of momentum to try to cover it, and it's going to be slow. Okay, so by positioning yourself, now the ball's over on the right side, I want to be on this side. This is going to be the best position for me to make a save. This also goes very nicely along the spot of, let's say I just picked up this boost on my side. Now look, I got a full tank of boost and I'm ready for a save here. And I'm sitting here, I'm ready to go. I can make a lot of different positions from here. Now the second thing is, the other person who gets back second, the person who returns back to the opponent, to your team side second, will most likely be picking up this boost here, or picking up penny boosts along the way. Pennies are these little tile boosts. Their position should be up here. Why? This position allows you to cover the backboard. If your opponents try to set up a pass themselves off the backboard, guess what? You get a clear, and now your buddy who's behind you over there, sitting in. I keep pointing at the screen like you guys can see it. I'm sorry. The person who's back post waiting for a save, you two are now on offense because you made it clear here. You saved your teammate by being up on this wall here. The backboard, covering the backboard is what we call it. You position yourself really nicely to make a lot of to get a good clear where your teammate is right below you, sitting here waiting for a save. And so your first teammate who's back first, sitting way up here, they can make a save if they need to, or they can go pressure, and then you two can get it here and go on offense, and your third person can go get boost. So back post rotations really important. I'm gonna go into a quick replay and talk through one of the some of the back post rotations that I did in this game. I think this is the game. I played this game recently with a couple of friends. Let me go to player view and switch to me. Okay, so you're watching me play here. I'm going to get boost, keeping my ball cam going. But now if we pause for a second, if you see where I am, I can see both of my teammates, and I can see all three of the opponents. And I'm in the back post rotation that I was just talking about, where I can cover a lot of the net. Right? I can cover basically everything. So if you look, I'm still positioning myself reasonably well. I don't know what I was doing there, but my teammate's going to make this touch. I've got a full tank of boost. I'm still back post here. I'm the last one back. I can see the entire field right now. I can see everybody. I can see all three opponents, and I can see both of my teammates, and I'm the last one back. So we're going to watch how this play develops here. I'm watching to see what happens. Now this is my turn. I've seen that my teammate to my left has gone back. And I've seen that my other teammate missed. So I'm going to go forward here. This is my turn to contest. Not a great touch, but I managed to keep the ball over here. I know that I'm rotating back. I see that my teammate's going to get this boost, and I see that my other teammate is going for a touch. So I'm going to rotate this way. I'm just kind of lingering back. I'm communicating to my teammate to go. I'm not doing too much else, but this is going to be mine here. But let me back this up for a second. I pick up this boost. Now let's slow things down. Let's slow things down to 25% for a second. 25% might be too slow. Let's pause at 50. I see a couple of things happening here. I see the opponent set up a pass across midfield to his teammate here, Schmutz. Schmutz is his name over there. So I'm going to watch here. You'll see me start to go forward, but then I could easily contest on this. I could easily try to contest on this, but neither of my teammates are in a position to be back defending right now. And I'm also not really personally being pressured to make a play here. I don't feel like I'm behind. I don't feel like if I don't go for this, I'm going to get scored on. Instead, I can turn myself back here and put myself in a better position to make a save. So as you'll see, if Schmutz puts this on net, chances are I'll be able to save it. Maybe I positioned myself a little bit awkwardly, because Schmutz can take a shot on any part of this net here, but I feel confident in my abilities that I'm mostly set up to be able to make a save. So let's see what happens. He just straight misses. Now I'm in a fantastic position to go for this one. I see my teammate going, so I don't remember who goes for it here, but either way, the miss is good for us, obviously. I can set up to go. You'll see me go for it, and then you'll see me, they get a touch here. Not a big deal. We're sitting back. I think we end up miscommunicating here, but again, let's back it up. I pick up this boost and look it. I'm right in position here, ready to make a save. I'm in the back post rotation. I can see the whole field. I can see everything. I'm in a great position here to make a save. I've snuck my way into the net. I'm going to cheat up with, and now look it. We're in an offensive position. Somebody on the other team missed. I've got a full tank of boost. I'm going up looking for a pass from my teammate. So let's watch what happens here. Still nothing really. Still nothing really. And then I actually, this was a mistake on my part. I was caught napping a little bit. I thought my teammate was going to catch it or was going to make the touch. I didn't really put myself in a position to do that. I just got caught napping. So on me a little bit there, but I was in a good position. I just made a poor play. So nothing really to talk too much about there. Gonna go get boost, turn on my ball cam, setting up in a position for a pass. I try for something, don't quite get it. Not a big deal. I'm gonna rotate back. I can turn here. James made a good pass. Okay, nothing there still. Okay, now I'm gonna get boost and I'm gonna get back. I see James is already back, so I'm gonna go across field here and go to my right and go back post. I get a demo for my troubles. I'm still back post. I can still see everything. I can still see everything. This is a perfect position for me to be in. I don't have to worry about them getting a shot on me. I know I don't see my third teammate Scott, but I know he's somewhere in front of my car, and I'm not really at any risk of getting in his way. So this is my turn to go for this one here. I miss. Not a big deal. Pretty safe miss. We have both of our teammates are back, but again, I'm back post here with a full tank of boost. I see James is on the wall. I see Scott's on the ground. I'm in a decent position to go offensive or defensive here, depending on what's necessary. Scott misses his touch. I end up having to go for something here. I'm still in position to make a save if I need to. No one's really putting anything on net. We're kind of just playing a little bit lackluster, but not a big deal. I managed to get it out here, but I don't have much boost. The demo saves me a little bit. We're in a decently offensive position here, so let's pause here now. I have a full tank of boost. Scott is in my vision right now, my teammate, and I know that my third teammate's somewhere behind me. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to turn backwards ready for defense. I don't know where my third teammate is. Scott can turn in pressure here if he wanted to. I keep pointing at my monitor again. It's kind of funny to watch. But my teammate Scott can turn in pressure here should he want to. But I have to stay back because I don't know where James is, and I don't know if the net is safe to leave or not. So I end up putting myself in a decent spot to give a pass to the opposing team, which they could have saved or they could have shot, but they didn't. So we're just kind of trying to get a clear here. We get a decent shot at a clear there. Now here I make an offensive play. I take the boost and I go forward a little bit, because if James or Scott makes a touch up to me, I'm in a fantastically offensive position to try to get a shot. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, but if Scott's able to get a little more power on that, I'm putting myself in a position where he can see me and he might be able to pass to me. So instead, I'm just going to peel out. I'm going to rotate weak side with a decently full tank of boost. Now this is mine to go for. I get a touch. I was going to go up for it here, but this is a situation where if I go up for this, Mint is going to beat me to the ball every time. Every time. There's no reason to go for this. I'm just going to put myself in a really awkward position, and I'm going to miss, and I'm going to waste a bunch of boosts. So instead, I'm going to turn left and go back, look for, okay, he misses the shot. I'm going to go for this touch here, and now we're on offense again. And I don't see any of my teammates up with me, so I try to make a dribble play for myself. And unfortunately it doesn't quite work out. But that's all you can really do in that situation when you don't have anyone to pass to. But not the end of the world. I'm going to go back and get boost. And now I'm in a fantastic position again. I'm backside, weak side. I can see the whole field. I see all three of the opposing team, and I'm not under any pressure, so I can sneak back out to middle. So now I'm gonna play around midfield here, look for a touch to myself. That was an interesting one. Let me talk about this one again. So the ball comes this way. I buried into the corner. Let's slow this down a little bit. I buried into the corner, hoping that it takes a favorable bounce for me, but since it doesn't, and I know it's coming back and I expect a shot, I'm turning back to net. I'm turning back ready to make a save because I made a mistake with the touch. The bounce didn't go my way. I need to be ready to make a save. So let's watch. Opponent puts a shot on net. I'm in position for a save. I'm also in position to carry it over to this boost pad, pick it up, and go play offense. Now it's me. Now it's me upfield again. Though I know that my teammates aren't there, they're probably getting boost. So I'm gonna look for some sort of a play for myself. I'm gonna try to make a play one on one with a bunch of these guys. Don't get it. Get a nice demo. Let's speed this back up. And now I'm gonna look to. You'll see me look here after I miss. Um, you'll see me go this way looking for this boost. If I can pick up this boost, it can help boost starve the opponent, which is kind of a big deal. If I were to pick up this boost, then somebody on the opposing team can't pick it up. It's a good way to apply offensive pressure to take their boost. But I can still see the whole field here. I'm ready to make a touch, and I'm ready to keep pressuring with it. Unfortunately, I don't get anything there, but I get to go take one of their boosts and immediately turn my ball cam back on to try to see if James is going to set me up a pass. He doesn't get me a pass, but that's one fewer boost pads that they get. Scott's going to make this touch or try to, and then I'm going to get another touch there. So I was the last person back, but I was definitely not playing goalie or sitting in net. I was waiting here to keep possession. This touch here that I make beats two of them and keeps possession. And so I get to look to try to make a shot. Unfortunately, this bounce would have been very good for me had it come straight back at my car, because I was in a position right here to just flip my car and go for a double touch. But unfortunately, the ball bounces the other direction. But I get to pick up an offensive boost pad again. I like to refer to those, my opponent's boost pads, as offensive boost pads, because if I can keep taking those, it keeps me in an offensive position to get a backdoor goal. But again, I'm back post right now. I've rotated back post. I'm watching the field. I can see everything in front of me. I'm able to cover a lot of the field from this position. So we'll watch how this develops. James makes a touch. I'm not really overextending. I'm keeping my momentum. That's another important thing to note. I'm constantly moving, so at any point in time I can boost forward and look for a touch. But here's my turn, and then I make a nice touch to myself, aerial touch in for a net. Nothing really fancy about this shot. This goes back to like gold plays. It's the classic, like, at this point I know that I only have one person to beat, and he's way back, so I can ride this one out a little bit and then make a very late aerial touch to change the direction of the ball ever so slightly so he can't make the save. And that's what you'll see me do right here. So if we pause it for a second and change the angle to the, let's watch it from his view. If you watch, the one little aerial change there is all that I needed to make the goal. Nothing really fancy about that play. Just like I said, it goes back to my gold, like playing in gold stuff. So let's advance this to 100 and let it roll. So that's one goal. That's decent. But as you can tell from this position, I'm in offensive boost position. I don't think I scored this, but I try for something crazy. But now I'm going to look for offensive boost pads. Nothing to pick up, so it's my turn to get back here. But if you look again, I'm back post. I can see everything. I'm the furthest one back, but I'm not going to stay back. I'm going to move up a little bit. I'm going to see what happens with these touches, and I get a nice little cheeky touch there, which ends up getting us up a goal. So that's an example of good back post rotations, as well as, there's nothing else that really happens in this, but rotating back post, as you saw, can help you see so much of the field. You can see a lot of what's happening, and you can apply pressure, or you can keep the possession, or you can play defense. That's one of the beautiful spot things about that back post rotation, is you can do all three of those things from that spot. You can cover the goal, you can keep possession, you can play defensively for yourself, which are all very good things. Let me see if I have another replay here that I can go through real quick. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but let's go to me. So I go get this boost. I don't think anything happens here for a little while. But I'm going to rotate back post here again. I have enough boost that I can leave that boost pad. You saw me look away from it. I've got 74 boost. I can pick up these pennies and be okay. Saving that boost for my teammate might end up proving to be beneficial. But I'm back post here. I can see everything. I'm sitting in mid. I'm really not that far back, though, if you look. We've got two people at midfield. But again, I'm in a position right now where I can turn my car to the right and go play goalie if I need to. So, but instead I get a nice spot here. I try for a play to myself and I miss it. But I need to get back now because I know James is the only one back. So I go pick up this boost. And back post rotation here proves really nice for me because even though I can't see the other two opponents, I know they're somewhere to my left, so I have a general idea of where they are. But this touch here is going to put Scott in a decent position to make a save. I'm sitting here now. I'm kind of in a weird spot because I'm on strong side, same as James, and we have no one covering weak side. So you'll see me go up the wall here to try to play defense from this position. Unfortunately, we're kind of all missing, but I managed to get a nice touch that buries to the corner. Scott gets this touch, and we're on a clear. But I'm staying back because James is going to get that boost, and I'm in no position at all to go play offense with as little boost as I have. So I'm going to go pick up some boost here, look to pick up some pennies. Keeping my forward momentum still, not really in any position to struggle. We are like I could have made a play there. That's why sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. I was driving around that boost pad in circles because they weren't really applying any offensive pressure. I could wait for the boost to spawn and feel okay. I'm going to go up the wall with this one here and try to make a play to myself or a pass to my teammate. Unfortunately, I don't get either one. Almost worked out for Scott there where I got the touch back to him, but James was looking for a play to me. I'm kind of doing some messy landing there. I didn't really land on all four of my wheels, but I'm back post again. I'm ready to make this clear and then look to play offense to myself here as well. So they miss this, and we get a nice goal there. Nothing really special about that one, but one of the things I like to do when I go get the boost like this is I like to come off this boost ready again in that position where I can do all three. I can either go play offense, I can keep the possession, or I can play goal. And when I mean keep the possession, I mean like make a middle ground touch to keep the ball controlled and ready for me. But here we get a nice roll up the side. I can go play offense here. Set up a pass to my teammate, nothing there. I'm going to retreat. This boost this boost should be spawning there, and I can go make a save. I was a little bit slow on this actually. It looks really flashy. I should have had my ball cam on sooner, so I could have seen. I should have been using the rest of my boost there, but I didn't know if that boost was going to spawn. But I had no idea if we were being pressured or not. My teammate didn't say anything to me, but I managed to get a very lucky second touch there for a save, and get the ball out. And looking forward. This is a really offensive position that you should look for. I'm going to pause here for a second to talk about it. What could happen here? Nobody on the opposing side is able to play defense against this very well, and James is in a position. If we go to James here quick, James is in a position, and so is Scott, where they both. I like James's position a little bit better here, but Scott can't see James, so I don't blame them for both going for this if they weren't communicating. But James is in a position where he can see me, and he can see the field, and he knows that if he makes a touch to me, I could be in a good position to score this. If you look at my position one more time, if James makes a straight pass forward, I can jump off the wall here and get a redirection and potentially a goal. Let's see what happens. Scott ends up getting to it first. If Scott's able to get a little more mustard on that, I don't remember if they'd been communicating to each other that they were going or not, but from Scott's position we saw he could see me. If Scott's able to get a little more power on that shot, I could potentially take, like, let's see where the defense is. Okay, defense not in a position to save that. In a position to save it, but it's going to be tough because he can see me, but I can get some serious power on it. And this guy not in any position to save it at all. So if this pass had come out to me a little bit faster, I might have been able to have a redirection. And I still almost get it, but it wasn't quite offensively enough for me to get a good touch on it. So let's speed this back up to 100. We still almost had a really good play there. That's a position that you'll see me and other players often go for, where if I'm on my side of the field and I miss the clear and my teammate I know is behind me to get the clear and I get boost, I might go boost forward and see if they can get me a pass. So we're gonna reverse here. I'm on strong side, but I feel pretty confident about my position to make a save here. I've got full boost. I know tactical whiff is way in the back, so I don't have to worry about him. I just have to worry about a 2-on-1 here, and I can position myself for a 2-on-1 pretty easily. And make it clear there. They bumped each other, which is not a big deal. But we've got this is my turn here. At that position, I said something to James here, but if James were to land, let's pause. Let's go to James's position. If James were to land here, and he were to go get boost on the opponent's side, which I can see from my screen is there, the opposing boost pad's there. I looked, if James goes and gets that and turns offensively, I can make a pass to him right now. I did try to make the pass to him, but he ends up doubling back, which is the safe play. It's the safe option, but I could make a very good look at that. If James had stayed up and got boost there, it's an easy redirection goal. Easy redirection goal. But again, James made the safe play, so I don't fault him at all. This was a pretty nice pass to myself. Not really too much to say about this play. I beat all of them to the corner, so I knew that I could make something offensive happen here. And if we slow down, this is just a classic jump off the wall, get a little hang time, make the touch, and then look for a second touch to myself here. So it looks a little flashy, but it's not that flashy. But again, like, just a good position for us to be in, or a good position for myself to put myself into to make a play. If I score there, fantastic. If I don't, I'm really not putting our team at a disadvantage by being up that far, and looking to make a play like that. So Scott's going to make a touch here. I'm ready. I'm boosting forward in an offensive position. I see that it's not going to go our way, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to look to make a mid-ground touch there, and then try to position myself into a spot where I can go get it. I drove over the boost pad there to see if I could get myself into a position to pick up boost and keep going. The boost didn't spawn, not a big deal. I'm just kind of lingering here, but as you see, I'm not slowing down. I'm not killing my momentum. I'm still going forward. I'm doing donuts. I'm keeping my momentum moving forward, and I'm ready to go into a position here. And I missed the ball, but I was ready for an offensive position for attacking. So getting the back post rotation, getting the furthest boost away from my teammates so they can stay on offense if they need to. We end up getting that was not a great touch by me. That kind of left James on an island. I centered the ball middle for them, and then I don't have enough boost to really make too much of a play here. And I remember saying this to these guys, I just barely missed this. I put myself in a good position to cover. I know that one of their teammates is over here, and I'm in a decent position to cover this, but I just came off the wall a little bit too early, and I would have been there if I'd come off if he had shot it a second sooner, because I'm there where the ball is going to be right now. I'm there, but I was there a second too early, and I miss it. So unfortunate, but not the end of the world. This play I'm going to go for the right boost, and look to be in an offense. I'm in that position again where I can turn left and I can play defense. I can go to the middle. I can gain possession, or I can go offensive and scream down the field. But again, here I'm going to go back. I'm telling James I got this. I'm going to look to make a touch to myself up here. Now at this point, I haven't looked, but I'm hoping that one of my two teammates is behind me, so I can maybe make a pass here. And James was there, but the opponent made a nice touch. So I'm going to get back. It's my job to get the boost furthest away from my teammates and be ready for something there. I get demoed, kind of unfortunate. But I'm back post here. I have a decent amount of boost. This is my turn to go. I tried calling James off, but I don't think we communicated quickly enough, and I think it leads to a goal here. Oh yeah, I put this one in. We're going to pretend like I didn't do that. So 2-2. We end up winning this game, luckily, but a nice little, again, we've seen this play before. This is a nice spot for me to be in. I can see James. I know Scott's behind us. They're rushing back to get boost. Only one goalie. I can look to try to make a touch to myself here. A little bit too hard, but Scott almost gets a nice touch. I get a nice bump. One of the things that you can do when you're coming from this position, coming out of the opponent's net, is go left here. You might bump somebody, and I did. Because they probably just got their back boost. They did their back post rotation, and I bumped them. But it didn't amount to anything. Not a huge deal. Scott's going to make a touch here, but ends up, luckily for us, we didn't get there. Or they didn't put it on net. They seem to be missing a little bit, but I thought Scott had it, so I made a little bit of an offensive play, but he just slightly missed it. So not the end of the world. But I'm just kind of lingering here. I have a full tank of boost I can get back. I'm waiting to see if anything develops for me to put the shot on. But here I get a nice pop up to myself, and then I can put this on net. So pretty straightforward. So to recap real quick, we talked about let's go into training for the last little bit of this video. We talked about a couple of different things. We talked about rotating your wheels so you land on all fours. This can help you if you go up for some sort of an aerial play. You can land on your wheels and keep going, um, and you can keep your momentum going that way. Back post rotations. You should always be rotating weak side, picking up the boost furthest from your teammates, and positioning yourself accordingly so you can see the entire field and get the most out of seeing where your opponents are and making the most informed decision you can on whether or not you should commit to a ball or not. And just communicate with your teammates. Say what you're going to be doing. Look into like communicate to each other who's going up. You should always have two people playing offense. One of the things that can be so disheartening for me as somebody who likes to pass the ball a lot and makes good passes is in this position right here when I don't see anybody and I make a very good pass down to potentially somebody. So you should always have two people attacking and one person in midfield. That way you can make a nice pass to your teammates, or you can get a lot of offensive pressure that way. Offensive boost pads. If we're sided, sorry, if my team side is behind me, this is offensive boost. This is going to be boost that I can pick up to deny from my opponents and to keep pressure um, on them, so they have to keep making plays with as minimal boost as possible. So that's the general gist of it. Land on your wheels as often as you can. Keep your momentum going. Don't drive backwards unless you have to. One advanced technique I will talk about real quick is what's called the half flip. The half flip, it's not really advanced at this point. It was advanced back when I learned it. But one of the things you can do is if you're in a position here and the ball is going to be popped over your head and you need to get back, you can do what's called a half flip. So one of the unique things is if you backflip like this, you'll see that I complete the flip. But what happens if I cancel my flip halfway? What I mean by that is if I initiate the backflip with my controller, but I immediately push forward, you'll see that I kind of stop the flip. So I don't complete the flip, but my car is set up in a way that is facing the direction that I want to be moving. Okay, so if you do this correctly, which is just initiate the backflip with your controller and then immediately push the joystick forward after you initiate the backflip. So if I'm trying to show you on my controller here, backflip, push forward immediately. Okay, and it's going to set you up in this interesting position where, let's say the ball got popped over my head, I can immediately flip myself around and get back and play defense. That was a little bit of a sloppy one, but sometimes you end up boosting yourself forward like this, but this is a good one right there. So if I'm looking at the ball here, oh shit, I got to get back and play defense, I can do that. That was probably the best one I've done so far. Sometimes your car will complete for you, but sometimes you'll have to do a little air roll to get it. That can put yourself in a good position to get back without having to drive in reverse. So that's the half flip. More on that if you want it. Again, initiate the back flip, immediately switch your controller forward. You'll change direction and you'll be facing the direction that you want to be driving. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helped. You guys are great. Love you all. Let's play some Rocket League soon.